Hello, traders. FX Pip Collector here. Today is Monday, February 2nd. This is my morning market breakdown of the US dollar pairs, including gold and a couple of the yen pairs. So, anyways, we're starting off with the US dollar index as always. Now, like I was saying last week, our goal is to try to figure out whether this right here is the end of a pullback. If it is, then this is actually a 1, 2, 3, and it's likely to go down to this 161% Fibonacci extension, which is right in here, and the 61% Fibonacci retracement from the weekly time frame, eventually making a wave 3, eventually making a wave 4, and likely another wave 5 to complete a 5-wave downtrend, probably looking something like this. So this is what I would expect to see if we are really in a wave 3. Now, we cannot rule out the possibility that we are still in a very sideways market. Ever since last April, on the daily time frame, we basically have been making overlapping 3-way patterns the whole way through. So if this is actually just another 1, 2, 3-way pattern down, then there is definitely a possibility that it either now makes 5 waves up like that, or possibly makes 1, 2, 3 waves up like that. Definitely two very, very, very different analysis, which is very common in the Elliot wave world. I am definitely still sticking to the idea that this right here is possibly the end of a pullback, and that we are likely going to go down to the 61.8 because we still do not have a golfing up yet, and we still don't have a break of structure up yet. So the trend is definitely still down. So going down to the 1 hour time frame. So like I was talking about last week, this is the structure break right here, which it did try to break, but it has not broken yet. If it breaks and holds above here, then this pretty much has to be a wave C, and it's probably going to either make 5 waves up or 3 waves up, like I showed on the daily. If it doesn't break and hold above this level, then this is actually probably like 3 waves of A or 3 waves of W, and then this is like a wave B, and then this is an uptrend right here for like a wave C. If it is an ABC and we really are in a wave 3 on the higher time phase, then this will go down, it will break structure, and it will go down and eventually likely make new lows. So kind of a crucial point right now. If it breaks and holds, then we definitely are going to go back to being bullish dollar. Otherwise, anything we see to the upside, we are definitely still looking at is likely just a pullback within a higher time frame downtrend. So we need to take all that information right there and we need to apply it to the US dollar pairs themselves. For me, the US dollar index tells me exactly what to do on all the dollar pairs themselves. Moving on to the euro dollar did make a very, very strong push down last week, but this right here is the highest high candle. Price never did engulf that candle, so we even based on market structure, the trend is still up. So based on market structure, the trend is up. Based on market flow, the trend is up because it never engulfed down. There is definitely still a chance that this goes up and makes another new high, especially if the weekly and monthly time frames are in a big wave 3 like we suspect they could be, just like the dollar index we suspect could be. So keeping that in mind, going down to the 1 hour time frame, I was talking last week about how if it does go down and break these structures, then I would definitely go back to being bearish. Price did go down very strong, but it never did break this low right here. So if it goes up and breaks this high, I would say that that would be the completion of a pullback, and it would probably just keep on going up like that. On the other hand, if it does make another lower high, if it does go down, and if it does break this structure, that's what would turn me bearish, and that's what would cause me to start looking for shorts at the end of pullbacks. So as usual, we do have a couple different options, but if you pay attention to structure, you would see a break to the upside, and then the continuation of the uptrend most likely. Or if you pay attention to structure, you should see a break to the downside, and then a pullback, and then the continuation of the higher time frame downtrend. So either way, let's move on to the pound dollar. Like I was saying, all my analysis on all these dollar pairs is based on the US dollar index. Yes, the pound dollar did go down very strong, but this is the highest high candle. Price never did engulf that candle. So even based on market structure and market flow, the trend is still up on the daily. If the trend is still up on the daily, then my main primary focus on the shorter time frames is definitely still going to be looking for longs in a uptrend. So going down to the 1 hour time frame, we are sitting at a Fibonacci level right now. We're sitting at the 38%. If price breaks to the upside at a Fib level, then there's a good likelihood that it's going to go back into the higher time frame uptrend because the trend is up on the daily, the trend is up on the weekly. Fibonacci bounce break to the upside on the sort of time frames likely will indicate that we're continuing the uptrend, especially because we already have a little bit of a 3-wave structure down to a Fib level. So keep an eye on it. Don't break a structure means no continuation direction of the uptrend. So, just keep an eye on your structure as always. That is going to likely keep you trading in the right direction. Moving down to the Aussie dollar. Now, the Aussie dollar did technically engulf down on the daily. But just because you see engulfing down doesn't mean that it's turning into a downtrend. I mean, it could turn into a downtrend for sure, but I don't think that is what's going on. We could just now be in a pullback to this last move up, and this literally could just make a 38% pullback and continue the uptrend if it wants to. So if we see a break to the upside on the shorter time phase, we definitely want to go back to being bullish. Pretty strong push down for sure, but the 1 hour time frame structure is right here. If it breaks above that, I would become bullish, and if it did this, then great news. If it doesn't break above this and you are a short time frame trader, you could keep looking for shorts. We are definitely at a pretty big support area right here, so I do think there's a good likelihood that we will get a push up and that we will get a break to the upside, mostly based on the US dollar analysis. So keeping all this in mind, like I said, all my analysis on all 5 of these dollar pairs is literally just based on the one analysis that I did for the US dollar index. So moving on to the US dollar CAD. US dollar CAD did make a pretty strong push up. It definitely did engulf to the upside. So now we got our Fibonacci retracement from here to here on the daily. We have to keep in mind that yes, it did turn up, but that doesn't mean that it needs to turn into a brand new uptrend. It could literally just go to the 38%, 50%, 61%, and then just turn back down and make new lows. So just because you see engulfing out doesn't mean that the trend has necessarily changed. Now going to the 1 hour time frame, because we did engulf up, you could definitely be looking for longs. But while you're looking for longs, if you see a break to the downside at any one of these fib levels, which our structure right now is probably right here, but if you see a break to the downside at any one of these fib levels, I would definitely stop looking for longs and I would definitely start looking for shorts. If it goes down, break structure, start looking for pullback entries. Doesn't have to do it now. It could go up to the 50%, make a double top breakdown. It could even go to the 61% and do that, which is why, if you are a short time frame trader, I would be recommending longs. But while you're looking for longs, I'd be paying very, very, very close attention to these fib levels to see if it does reverse to the downside. Moving on to the US dollar Swiss, back up to the daily. US dollar Swiss is another one where, yeah, it is going up pretty strong, but this big candle right here, from here to here, is the lowest low. Price has not engulfed up on the daily yet. These candles are all inside candles, which means based on market flow, the trend is down. Based on market structure, the trend is still down. This literally could make a lower high and just keep on trending down if it wants to. So going down to the 1 hour time frame, because of all that, I am definitely still primarily looking for shorts. I got my Fibonacci retracement from here to here because that's the last impulsive move. If it breaks to the downside at a Fibonacci level like this, that's your structure. Which, boy, it really does look like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It looks like 1, 2, 3. It looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It looks like a very traditional 3. I'm sorry, 5-3-5 pattern, which is a traditional ABC. So if it breaks to the downside, we definitely want to get short because the trend is down on the daily, the trend is down on the weekly. 1 hour time frame, we got what looks like a 5-3-5 pattern to a Fibonacci level. But on the other hand, if it does decide to go up and take out these highs, then fine. We'll start looking for longs after the break of structure and then after the pullback that would come after the break of structure. Moving on to gold, gold definitely made a very significant turn. If you go all the way up to the higher time phase, I mean, there's literally no proof of it yet, but there's a possibility this big giant wave 3 is over, but we literally have no proof yet. The monthly has not engulfed down, has not broke. The weekly has not engulfed down or broken down. The daily has engulfed down, but the daily has not broken structure down. So technically, we could end up either doing something like this, making like a three-way pullback, making a higher low and continuing up, or we could go down, break this structure, which hopefully would help prove that this big giant wave 3 on the really high time phase is complete. Either way, I mean, we do have to be careful. This could just be a big old bear trap within an uptrend. So going all the way down to the 1 hour time frame, I mean, it definitely looks like it's already made a five-wave structure. It looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves down. It looks like it's either completed a wave A or completed a wave 1. So if that is true, that the 1 or A is over, then that means we're likely now in a B or 2. We would trade a wave B and a wave 2 exactly the same. A wave B would be a pullback to the whole move down. A wave 2 would be a pullback to the whole move down. So I think the most likely thing to happen over the next day or so is that this is going to make an overlapping, corrective pattern in the ABC, WXY, maybe like a 335 pattern, like a flat, which would likely be a B or A2. And once that's complete, I think it's likely going to go down again. So more than likely, the best thing to do once we confirm that this is going up for a B or two would be to put your Fibonacci retracement on the whole move down, look for three-way pullbacks, look for Fibonacci bounces, and potentially look for more entries to go short once that's complete. If you are a short time frame trader, keep in mind that a wave B or wave two probably will take a couple days to play out, and it probably would likely produce at least a couple long opportunities along the way. Moving on to the yen pairs. Now, the yen pairs, it's kind of difficult to know for sure whether this real turn down is a real turn. A lot of the yen pairs look like this move up is very corrective and that it's going to go down again, probably is the most likely scenario. But the dollar yen, on the other hand, does really have that expanding flat look to it. If it is an expanding flat, it very easily now could go up and make a new high. So a little bit on the difficult side, but technically it has not engulfed up. It has not broken up. Technically, the trend is definitely still down on the daily because we have a break of structure down, and price has definitely not engulfed to the upside yet. So based on all that, the trend is for sure still down. So keeping that in mind, going down to the 1 hour time frame, it did break right here. So I would technically be recommending longs to anybody trading the sort of time frames. But while you're looking for longs, if it does something like this at a fib level, goes up, makes like a double top, then goes down, then gives you a break of structure, that is the cue to stop looking for longs and start looking for shorts again. I'm not saying that it has to do it at this 50%, but if it does do it at the 50 or the 61%, then definitely stop looking for logs and definitely start looking for shorts. Also, if you see like a very significant lower high, and then it goes down like that, that could be also be an indication that this really is a pullback and that it really is heading back down. So moving on to the other yen pairs, the euro yen first. This is what I mean. The euro yen and the pound yen really look like they're gonna go down again. These candles are all like doji candles, they're all very indecisive. So we have this big impulsive down, which technically did break structure, even though it didn't hold very well. Then we have 5 candles in a row of very indecisive candles. I would say there's a very good likelihood this move up is a correction and that it is going to bounce from either the 50 or the 61%, and it likely is going to go down for either a wave 3 or a wave C. If this right here really is some kind of a top on the higher time phase, it would be a wave 3, and this thing would go down very strong once it does start its move down. So keeping that in mind, going down to the 1 hour time frame, we are definitely looking for evidence that this is a pullback and that the pullback is complete. We do have one up, could be a wave A. We definitely got what looks like 3 down, could be a wave B. If we get a break to the upside, which this could be more of a WXY, but either way, if we get a break to the downside at a Fibonacci level, which it definitely looks like it could try to do, which it hasn't done yet, then I would definitely take that as a big short for a wave 3 or wave C. It hasn't broke to the downside yet, and it doesn't have to break down yet. It could easily go higher. It could break down at the 61, or it could go back up and retest the 50. So keep an eye on your structure. When it does break to the downside at a fib level, that's our cue to start looking for shorts again. Otherwise, if you are a short time frame trader, you definitely could still be looking for longs. And moving on to the pound yen, pretty much the exact same story as the euro yen. We got this big push down. We did get a break of structure, and then we have like 5 candles in a row of very indecisive looking candles, very corrective looking candles. These candles right here have gone only a percentage of what it took these 2 candles to go, which makes me think even more that this move up is a pullback to the move down. So going down to the 1 hour time frame, pretty much the exact same thing that I said about the euro again applies here. This one did try to break down, but it rejected it instantly. Oftentimes a rejection of structure is actually a cue that it's going to keep on going up. So, but we do need to pay attention to our fib levels. If we get a break to the downside at any fib level, I would stop looking for longs and I would definitely go back to looking for shorts. If you are a short time frame trader trading below the 1 hour time frame, then yeah, I definitely would still be looking for longs. I mean, it does for sure have that ABC or WXY look to it. So it definitely could complete at the 61 and a 78%, and it definitely could continue down. But it should tell you when it's ready to go down because you would potentially see a break to the downside at a Fibonacci retracement level, and we do not have that yet. So anyways, definitely make sure you pay attention to your structure on all time frames. That's likely going to keep you trading in the right direction. So don't forget to check out my website, fxpipcollector.com. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And as always, thank you for watching and happy trading.